In this episode, I'm finishing the rear touring setup in the Collie build, picking up right where we left off in the last episode with the drawer, fridge and battery all mounted up. After that, I'm heading over to Brother Harry's house to give you guys an update on the Clappa, which is a Td42 GU ute we swapped a motor out on a few months ago. Proudly supported by Superior Engineering, iTech World, and in part by... First thing I'm going to do is run this cable, which is from iTech, to the battery and plug it into the charger, so that way we get the battery charging first. We won't actually have it charging, but it's one of the big ticket items done. Now this is part of like a kit that comes from iTech with that charger, so it's all the right cable size, which is nice, but I am going to wrap it in some conduit because it is going underneath the car, so if any sticks or anything come up and hit it, this will keep it protected. So I'll get this fully wrapped and then I'll start running it underneath the car and zip tie it up to the chassis, keeping it away from the important spinny and hot things. While I'm at it, don't forget about the new shirts, roamlife.com, if you want to check them out. Pretty comfy stuff. Keep you looking good while you're working on your car, and they're all black, so well, actually one's white, but the black ones won't get as dirty. If I wore a white shirt in here, boy, it would be destroyed. Cable is ran all the way at the back, so now I've just got to put a hole in the right spot. And pass that through into the next chamber. Literally a perfect length. Could not have done that any better. Love the plug and play. I think this is going to go about here somewhere. I'm going to keep it on an angle like that. I was originally hoping it would go down here, but it's not going to fit. So up on our frame right there, pull all the accessories off of that. This is going to be great. Right, so that's the box mounted in there. You can see nice and sturdy. I've got 3 bolts in it here. The front plate's not on properly, but it is pretty strong. I'm now going to move on to mounting the rock lights up. So we've got 4 rock lights. I'm going to put one in each corner on those braces. This will illuminate the canopy at night and should look good. The good thing is with rock lights too is they all just link together. So there's not really any need to be wiring stuff up. We will have to obviously hook it up to power at the end, but it's super simple. In order to flush mount them, you've got to put them on these rubbers, so when you screw it up it doesn't squash the wires, so you push that through and that just goes like that, so that when you screw it up it's got somewhere for the wire to chase through. Right, the lights are installed and I've just cable tied up that wire going across that bar, but lights are in each corner, that is good. The wiring there is a bit of a mess. I tidied it up just a little bit, but I can't do too much more. I'll tell you a reason in a sec. We finish up with a male Deutsch connector here. I did have a female Deutsch connector attached to this wire already, so I'm going to steal that. But when we are ready, that is just going to get doinked through there, hook up to the power, and we'll have lights. But I do also have to get power up to the tent. I've also got the solar panel on top, so we're going to have to put another penetration in the roof somewhere around here and bring power down and into the box. Because if you missed that episode on the rooftop tent, this thing has power already up in it. It already has lights as well. Same with the 270 awning, it has full strip lights on all of the arms. So that's why we're only doing the lighting in the canopy itself. We're not focusing on, you know, lights up here or anything, because it's all integrated into the tent and the awning. It's something you don't really think about when you go to buy something, is the more that's integrated into it, the less you've got to spend doing other bits and pieces and installing. So it's really nice that we only have to focus on that one thing. But anyway, I will get a hole penetrated up here and then we can run the power through and get all that connected up. So now, pretty much got to make some cables up with some Anderson plugs on them. Strip it back twice as far, like that. I'm going to twist them and then fold them in half. So you can see that is still very, very loose. I'm just using a jet lighter and I'm just filling the fitting with solder. Seems like a dodgy way to do it, but it's not. Let that cool. Now if you want to be pro Eschwey, you always get a piece of heat shrink, feed it over the back end of the wire. Now I'm only running the conduit to the grommet, but if you want to level up your game, put a bit of heat shrink on the end, shrink it down, and that makes it look like that. It's a much better finish. Right, so I'm making pretty good progress now. I've got everything like kind of coming into the canopy. I just got 2 more leads, I think, to make up. The battery does come with one of these leads. It kind of splits, so it's an Anderson plug, like one of the big ones. It splits to 2 little ones. So I'm gonna utilize that. Got 2 more leads to make up, and then it's pretty much the whole canopy wired. Right, the charger's hooked up on the battery. I'm gonna go ahead and plug everything in. Check this out. We have full canopy lights. The fridge is turned on. I've got it set to, I think about 5. It's on eco mode. It's already down to 10 degrees. This thing is a beast. The only cable that is left over is the fridge cable, because you have to have enough length for that to fully extend out like that. So that is where it's going to live for now. And I might get a little pigtail thing and tidy that up later. The other thing is with the lights, you get to flick them and they go from white to orange, which is really cool because we all know how crap bugs are. So you guys know that iTech is one of our major sponsors now. They do really awesome gear. You can go crazy, you can go really simple like this one. If you are looking at doing a 12 volt setup, save some money, use my discount code ROAMLIFE5 in the checkout, and you'll get a bunch of money off the iTech product. Now, I run GME in all my cars just because I much prefer the way they feel. The thing I really like about these units is they've still got a mechanical trigger on the side. They're not a button, so they just feel super natural to use. They got all the buttons on the handheld unit themselves, and then the speaker is built into the handpiece. So you don't even need to put this in a spot where you can hear it. You can tuck this under the dash, wherever you want to put it. And then I've also ordered up the magnetic holder, which makes the handheld unit honestly so friggin' nice to put away. Now this car did already have a GME aerial on it, so I didn't order an aerial because it's got the stubby one. That's actually the one that I really like, but we didn't get the hand unit. I don't know why they just decided not to sell us the hand unit. I think a few of you guys have noticed this bird's nest on the aerial here and was wondering what's going on, but what happened is when we were up the beach, this was just dragging behind us. So it obviously broke, and I did just find the other side of it here. So that is running into the cab, but that must have got caught on something when we were up the beach. It broke. So I just pulled it up and then wrapped it around that. But obviously now I need to get that broken end there back into the car. So you definitely should have some parts, some new parts to do this, but I've disassembled the coax cable, whatever they're called, thing into 3 pieces. And as long as I can stretch this back out, because that's the crimp, I should be able to make it work. I've done that a little bit bodgy and I had to use some solder, but I want to check that the connection is all right. So I shouldn't have any continuity. Yep, we good. The only part I couldn't get is I couldn't get all those earth wires underneath the crimp, so I just kind of botched them up around the bottom and then soldered them on. The hand piece that we're not using came with 3M tape, so I am stealing it to make this a screw-free install. Hit the ignition and we've got power, so we're all plugged in. Hopefully it works. The magnetic mount on the GME is definitely the best thing ever. It's actually in a really good spot. Come in, come in. This is Captain Big. I've decided that we are going to go check out the Clappa at my brother's house and give you guys a bit of an update on it. So we took out that blown Td42 and then replaced it with the silver top. It's been going good since then, but he has stripped it basically right down and there's a fair bit going on. So I figured we'll just go around there, check it out. But first, I'm gonna get some lunch because I have not eaten all day. Right, just got to Harry's. I might bring him out and show him Alicia's car and see what he reckons about the back. Yeah, these are like a one-hand open too, look.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's pretty simple though, like see the battery, it's just Anderson plugs. There's no terminals, so everything just plugs in.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Super simple.
What's this?
That's a ruler. Is that what those symbols are?
I haven't seen math in a while.
What do you reckon?
That's good. I'd like to get something like that in my setup.
Harry still has the nav. Probably hasn't been seen for a while because it doesn't leave the driveway.
Can't run through my crib. Bro.
Let's do it. Let's do a rundown on all your cars.
MP300, you've seen it on the channel.
Haven't done anything to it. Yeah. Actually, no. Show you the shocks.
Still got the 35s on. I've just put Superior remote rev shocks and then ran the
oh, you got the bypasses at the top.
Yeah, they're in the engine bay, so it's just click, click.
Yeah.
No, this is just the Woolworths runner. This one, Luxy. This is the workhorse.
Plug your business, mate.
Yep. Water blast pressure cleaning.
If you guys didn't know, Harry is a professional roof cleaner, so he uses this bad boy to make money.
Yep. That's a nice cruise car. That's the work car. Let's go see the bushbacker.
Hey, what about this one?
No, that's hectic, bro. That's the race car.
The wheels on Harry's workhorse are the ones that I bought down in New South Wales on our trip. They fit it pretty good, but we did have to put a spacer on, which is pretty sketchy, and the lug nuts don't go on that well, but they've been not too bad, have they? Super slippery. Right, so this is the Clappa, and as you can see, it's gone through a bit of a transformation. I think the last time you guys would have seen it was probably, at Glasshouse when we took it out after doing the motor swap.
I don't know if you guys remember, but the old video when I brought the motor, it was pushing coolant, and then we checked it. Everything was wrecked inside internally. It
was Raptored. It had a black, like the thick Raptor too, not like the thin Raptor.
So you buy this attachment and it sandblasts it, but through water. And then I just did all the cab. So all I did was sandblast the cab, the roof, and the back. And then I brought all these new panels just off another patrol. So all we had to do was just paint the cab.
Yeah, so I came over the other day and helped Harry spray just the back side of the cab, like the back and then this and then the roof. But it turns out that the paint we had is not really the exact same colour, but it's going to ride for now.
We literally painted it outside.
Right there.
I literally didn't mow, just so there's no grass trimmings.
But yeah, it actually turned out really nice. Like the panels is the easy way to do it. You just change out all the panels and you don't have to paint them. The paint that was the different colour, the guy who Harry bought the panels off supplied the paint because he had it for his car. But it's just not the same shade, really. Doesn't want to start.
Sitting too long.
Pretty much just been sitting for this whole time since you guys seen it. It hasn't been really driven, but obviously the tray stripped off. It's sitting just here, and I don't think this tray is going to go back on, or if it does, it'll be temporary. I
just want to go comp style. Everything comp style.
You know, tube tray and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get around to painting the chassis pretty soon. That's just temporary etch primer. This tank, the sub tank, has actually got a leak in it. I'm just going to rip that out, I don't need it. All the suspension's absolutely clapped out, so that's all going to get changed.
Some of the suspension's not too bad. Like, it actually has some radius arms, so you can see that drop box there, and then some pretty strong radius arms, so That's a good thing. I think the lower arms are also upgraded, and then possibly that.
It's not bad. There's some parts from Superior, but everyone knows Superior. Every year it just gets better and better and better. So, you know, 5-year-old Superior
Shout
stuff.
out Superior.
Yes. Last time you saw this, when we went out Glasshouse, I think I was on some like 33 stockies. Nothing special, but big shout out to ATI. Got some 17x9 bead locks.
ATI hooking it up.
Yep.
Max Trex.
In a 35, so they'll be staying.
They look really good too. The ATIs look good on everything, eh?
Yeah.
I like polish, but I think the black with the chrome lip on this car looks really good with the dark cab. Probably address the elephant in the room that it definitely would have been cheaper to buy one that was already done with a running motor. But yeah, sometimes this happens with cars, eh?
It's not always best to buy a cheap one.
Because it started off cheap, and this is definitely not cheap anymore.
Because you think, oh yeah, I got a cheap car. We've literally changed the motor, changed every panel on the car. So all I really brought was a chassis.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, it's going to be a good car when it's done. I thought an update was necessary.
Next step is just to change the windows, obviously front and back, because I sprayed all over them. But they need to be changed anyways. Motor's still going strong. She's not going to get, you know, your typical 12mm pump or anything like that.
It actually drives mint the way it is.
I don't need all the power. You know, when you're in full low, power's not an issue.
Yep, that's a collapsed coil.
Yeah, so
and
it literally needs everything done, but you know, it's just time and money really.
It looks so much better on these wheels and the paint.
Yeah, once it's all buffed up, wheels are shiny, tyres shine, new Superior suspension.
What?
Superior.
Yeah.
Just everything. Like even look at the steering wheel. Like
Yeah.
People just neglect these patrols till they absolutely fall apart, and then they sell them to you.
And then you buy them. Hurry ups.
Then you buy them for cheap, spend 6 times as much as you should.
I don't know if we should bring this back onto the channel because it just moves so slow that it's hard to sort of keep up with it. But if you guys want to see it, let me know down in the comments below, and we will get something going on it. I'm trying to convince Harry to start coming onto the channel more so we can bounce back off each other in the videos, and I want to help him build this as well, but I've just got so much going on with my cars and whatnot. But it would be nice to lend a hand.
Yeah, you work full time, I work full time.
Yeah, it's pretty rough at the moment, but one day we'll make it work. But for now, yeah, quick update on the Clappa. Are you going to change the name, or is it just going to stay the Clappa?
Yeah, let them decide.
The Slapper.
It could turn to the Slapper once you slap her around.
The Clappa to the Slapper. It's not there yet, but it will be soon. It's still the Clappa. Like, look at the shock. Even the shock is just completely gone. That's an old Superior shock. And if any of you guys are wanting Raptor removed from your car, Barry Apps is your man.
25 grand plus GST.
That is pretty much it. Looks so much better how it's sitting now compared to what it was. Yeah, the Clappa. The Clappa's making a return.
Thanks for watching. No.